the first Final Four qualifier.
On the outside of the front row, we have I2 Ball Stick for you.
Wow,
How about that?
Non-qualifying driver.
But for our playoff drivers, we have, let's see, we got Big Jim starting third, right behind Max. We've got Lights Out in fifth, right behind Big Jim, and Swamp is in sixth.
All right, so to recap what Gator just told you, Max Boost is going to roll off on the pole as the leading Championship 4 driver. Big Jim, FPGM, is going to start third. Lights Out will roll off fifth on the inside row. Swamp will roll off sixth on the outside row. So, guys, when these restart, do you think this might hurt Swamp in the beginning stages of this race, Joe?
No, I don't think so. I think for now it's just going to, kind of get a little feel. I don't think this starting off sixth at the beginning of the race is going to be too bad. Might lose a few spots, but he'll be able to gain it back throughout the race, man.
All right, Gator, what do you think, man? Do you think Jim can hang with Max here on the start and try to keep on that bumper?
You guys can join. And yes, I do. I believe he'll be able to hang in there for a little bit. I think the first stage is going to be more of like a feeling out process and see what each other's got. But I do believe he'll be able to hang in there. If you guys would send me some invites.
To join. I'm going to send you an invite right now, as I'm going to send the front office an invite. We're a little late joining here. Just trying to... We head now into the race. So as we said, Max Booth is on the pole. Championship driver Big Jim starting third, Lights Out fifth. So we got three guys on the inside, nose to tail, first, third, fifth, and then we have Swamp on the outside of row three in the sixth position. So if you load in here, you're ready to go racing at Homestead, guys. Long night, 200 laps.
Yeah, I'm in here right now currently watching them. It looks like Ballstick got a little tight there on the start and is going to lose some spots. Swamp actually is gaining spots on the outside, so I don't think start on the outside necessarily gives you a disadvantage here, man.
All right, so as I join the party, we have Max Boost Big Jim. It looks like that is Lights Out on in P3 side-by-sides for the third position. Just try to get that battle here for you. Nope, that is Jackboy on the outside of Swamp. It looks like Ballstick will settle into the third position. Swamp, Jackboy working with the inside of Swamp. Lights Out directly behind him, also a Championship 4 driver. So if you're Jackboy here, how do you feel racing these Championship 4 guys early? Jeff?
I think you want to get yourself positioned to win a race because, I mean, obviously, you're not racing for a championship, but you're still racing for a win, man. So I think you just got to be a little conservative around them, but by no means just let them go by.
All right, Gator, what do you think, man? Jackboy, are you pushing the issue, or are you going to try to let these guys battle it out between them?
I'm not really going to push the issue, but Jackboy, he's still got to run his own race, Yeah, he's got to be
battle for the lead. Wow, even battle for the lead. Big Jim's looking to the inside of Max Boost. Sorry to cut you off there, Gators. Big Jim's going to look to the inside of Max Boost. They're side by side, and looks like Jim's got that bottom working. Boost is trying to work the top.
As long as Boost is even with him on that outside, he's not going to be able to clear him, but, I mean, it looks like Jim does. Like you said, Jim has that low line working for him right now.
It does. Looks like they're going to draw even in turn one, halfway through two, as they're going to try to battle off. Looks like Jim gets to run off. Max Boost gets to run off on the outside. And two championship contenders up here battling hard early in this race, guys.
Yeah, man. Just, it's so entertaining, man. And a non-playoff driver, Ballstick, is actually running right there in P3 right behind him, man.
And worth noting, Swamp, same thing. Swamp has started to pull up on these guys, Gator. What do you think, man? Do you think if you're Swamp, you try to just follow in behind these guys or work hard? It's Big Jim is actually going to clear Max Boost off of the corner. So not a normal sight we see here in the North America E-Racing Xfinity Series. Is Max Boost has been passed for the lead under green, but he's going to battle back on the outside. He's going to get to the outside, draw even on here.
Yeah, going back to your question, if I'm Swamp, it's a long race. There's nothing really to gain right now, other than maybe a little bit of confidence you can pass those guys. But I really wouldn't push the issue too much.
Oh,
Big Jim
Swamp
continues to
dove
lead.
it a little
Swamp
bit
trying
there.
to dive it in there into Max Boost. Good point, Joe, as they continue to battle. Big Jim, impressive here, going up and wrestling the lead away from Max Boost.
I think Max went into this race thinking that he was going to run the high line and thought maybe that was preferred line possibly, but man, for what I could tell, the low line is dominant right now.
All right, so we got Big Jim, Max Boost, and Swamp, 3 of your championship contenders. Right now, the Lag Dog is lights out as he battles in the 5th, I believe, position. Oh, he's farther back than that. He is 4th. He's 7th, 8th, 9th. He's in 9th, guys. Wow. So lights out. The early championship contender struggling here early, guys.
Yeah, but to Gator's point, I think it's, first stage, don't panic. There's, you got plenty of time, man. I think just use the first stage to kind of feel out what you might possibly change to get it tuned up to how you want to run it. But
good point, Gator. To that point, you see lights out here, kind of just we got a long stage. As K-Bart will chime in here momentarily about having laps go in the stage with fuel and all of that jazz. So, Gator, what are you thinking here about lights out strategy? Trying to catch the top 3 who are his battling contenders.
Right now, it's not really a big deal. He's in a comfortable spot, just kind of feeling out his car. He's, like I keep saying, he's got a long way to go. It's a long race. So look for him to start making some moves, maybe in the second stage, see how far he can get up his car, and then definitely in the final stage.
And Max moves back to the lead during that time, man.
Good point, Joe. As we were watching lights out back in the pack, Max Boost took the lead. K-Bart, how we doing on tires and strategy, my friend?
Everyone's going to be finishing stage 1 with no stopping unless a caution does come out. This time by, be 36 to go.
And caution is out, guys.
All right, caution. First, did anybody see what the cause of that yeller was? Looks like we have Doc slowing the back with a little bit of damage. Anybody?
Yeah, my guess is probably Doc. I don't see anybody else throughout the field that could possibly be it.
We've got Lewis and Jagba here, not too far in front of Doc.
Oh yeah, Jagba. Oh, got a bunch of damage on the front end.
Maybe a little bit of lag.
K-Bart, how we doing on strategy, bro? What you thinking here? Guess the tires fall off. How we looking?
Come fix your preset and get fresh 4 tires and fill it up. That's my strategy. It looks like we are getting some people to pit too.
All right, just let me know if anybody stays out here, takes a bold strategy. Just comment on that.
I think I'd go ahead and pit and adjust my car a little bit.
Yes, it looks like Max Boost actually came off.
And Swamp actually took the lead here on the restart.
Yep, so Max Boost came off second. Swamp came off first. Max Boost came off second. Big Jim is going to be P3. So again, 3 championship contenders starting in the top 3 as we head off into turn 1. Looks like, Swamp looks like he got a little bit of the apron there. So get Max to drive off on exit on the top. He's going to be able to clear Swamp. So right here, guys, do you play defense, kind of guard the top, or you go to the bottom?
I'm guarding the top. It looks like just on the initial restart right now, the top actually can get going a little bit better, but obviously the low lines are first, so you want to block the high side when you can, but go straight back down as soon as you start getting rolling.
All right, Gator. It looked like Max Boost was able to pull away there on the top, but it looked like Swamp was able to maintain in second. Big Jim in third. What's your strategy here for Big Jim? No, you got a fast race car and you challenge Max Boost early.
We got a car in the wall.
Yep. Looks like we had a little bit of contact in the back. Sorry.
It looks like they're all going to get away.
Yeah, we're all going to live to see another corner.
As they all get away here, only 12 cars in the final Xfinity Series race of the season.
Don't look now, lights out is in 4th now, man.
So lights out, so wow. Is that the top 4?
Top 4.
That is the top 4. Top 4 is all 4 championship contenders. So it looks like lights out needed to put that adjustment in off of that preset, like K-Bart said. And it looks like these top 4 guys, man. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're definitely the cream of the crop, and they are all deserving of being here. They earned it, and they're showing why right now.
All right, next time by, I hope we have a laps to go from K-Bart. As we head off.
30 to go.
30 to go. So 30 next time or 30 this time?
This time.
All right, so 30 to go next time at the line. Still a long way to go here in the stage, man. So these cars seem to get a little bit loose off on exit. What are you thinking heading forward, Joe, that you could you know what I'm saying, kind of save your tires, maybe make it not as loose off late into the run.
Yeah, I mean, you could obviously add wedge to it. Downside is usually when you add wedge, it slows the car down a little bit, but I think, you know, you got to kind of ask yourself, do you care about speed or do you care making sure your car doesn't spin out? And exit of 2, man, is going to be really tricky here in a late run if they get the tires worn out, just to see how loose the bike might get.
All right, Gator. So, all right, Gator, as we saw Big Jim pass Swamp Fox for the second position, so now we got Max Boost, Big Jim, Swamp Fox, and Lights Out, your top 4 Xfinity Series Championship contenders riding in the top 4. So, Gator, what are you doing in the long run here? So we see Swamp get a little bit loose off. Looks like Lights Out's going to the outside of him. He's going to get draw even, door bumper, and he's going to clear him off into 1. Swamp's going to try to drive it back down on the bottom.
Well,
And he's going to clear him off on exit. Gator.
What I'm going to do here is they've kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack, kind of broken away. So as the tires age and you get longer in the run, I'm going to search around. I'm going to run multiple lines, different lines, high side, low side, and see what my car likes best the older the tires get. And then maybe I can take that into the stage break and make some adjustments for that.
As we see Swamp Fox struggling just a little bit here on loose off. Tonight, we have a special guest, Shadowhawk, as he is riding in as our in-race reporter. As when next time he comes down in the back straightaway, we'll try to get him locked in here to a mic situation if somebody gets loose off. The top 4 still leading the way. Shadow, you got us, bud?
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yeah, man, we got you, brother. How we doing, man? How's the race going? How's the racetrack working out?
I'll tell you what, even though we're on one times wear, cars get loose really fast on multiple tires. It's getting pretty good though. Those top 4 pulling away. We're fighting back here, so for our own race.
All right, man. Joe, you got anything to add for our in-race reporter, Shadow?
Yeah, man. I mean, when you just pitted right then, I mean, what kind of adjustments were you looking for to make on the car, man?
You know what? I was listening to you guys too. I think, you want your car to be loose so you can get some more speed out of it, but you also don't want it to be loose where you spin the thing out. So I tightened it up a little bit, just specifically off the turn 2 where the car gets really loose. So just trying to even that out.
2-4, man.
All
we got
right,
Lights Out actually passed
we got
Jim
3
here for a
wide.
second.
Lights Out did pass Big Jim. We got racing all over the racetrack. We got Jag Boy. He's right behind the middle of a 3-wide battle. Like Steve-O's involved in that. And
I
our
got
Lewis
loose a little bit there.
I don't really have a question for Shadow now. I'm going to let him get back to racing. He's in the middle of a hornet's nest right now. But these guys are racing hard back there.
These guys are. His ball stick's going to be inside of Jag Boy. Looks like Steve-O's looking for a place to go in. Our Lewis in front of him. And I believe that's Jag Boy working the top. Shadowhawk working the top. They continue to battle here as the top 4. It looks like Lights Out starting a little bit.
Ooh,
Jaguar on the
shot
fence.
up a little bit.
That 3 wide, Joe. That 3 wide's hard to work in that corner.
Oh man, it's tricky. It's you love carrying that speed, man, but man, it is hard to keep it straight when you're going into a corner like that.
As we try to work on laps to go here in stage number 1. As right now we have Max Boost continuing to lead. Lights Out has worked his way around Big Jim for 3rd. The Lights Out 2nd, Big Jim 3rd, and Swamp continues, I believe, to hold down the 4th position. Yeah, it looks like Swamp's just riding. Looks like actually Big Jim just made the pass. Yep, Big Jim, what a bold move on the front straightaway. Looks like he caught the draft, got down. Looks like Lights Out got a little loose off. Big Jim was able to complete the pass, and down into turn 3. So now we have Max Boost, Big Jim, Lights Out, Swamp. What do y'all think, guys? These top 4 contenders for the championship riding 1, 2, 3, 4 right now.
Man, it just shocks me, man, because for all 4 of them to actually, it looks like they're the 4 fastest cars in the whole race right now, man, and for it to be the championship 4, it's just very fitting, so that way they all equally have a chance to possibly win here later on, man.
Agreed. Gator, as we see Max Boost driving off here, so do you think anybody's got anything for the 5 car who has seemed to have the upper hand here early?
I would say they still have a fair shot. You might not want to show their hands too early. But I don't think Max is going to completely pull away and dominate everybody in this whole race. I anticipate Jim and the rest of them to be pretty close.
See Jackboy here, back here, 3 wide with ball stick. It looks like Steve-O trying to force his way through the middle. Guard's going to work his way down to the bottom. 2 by 2 as we race back here in the back. 3 wide in the back up at the iron's going to back out. Think better of it with dock shots. As they're going to head down the front straightaway and complete lap what? K-Bar, how many way?
I was going to say, that they just crossed the line with 20 to go.
20 to go here in stage 1 run.
A lot of cars are reporting loose off as well.
A lot of cars are loose off at stage point do not matter, so it doesn't matter if this fast car wins this stage as they're racing like cats and dogs back here in the back. As we right on the dot shots here, as you see ball stick, Gar on the inside of Jackboy, ball stick, Gar 3 wide there from them. Gar ball stick will head down the front straightaway 2 wide. I feel like Gar's going to draw the upper as he heads into the corner. He's going to do a good job keeping off the ball stick as they race side by side. Out of 2 and down the back straightaway.
Swamp is definitely dealing with a loose car right now. Just watching him off of turn 2 right there. It looks like the rear's starting to slide out a little bit underneath him. So doesn't really need to push because he's in a prime spot right now, but definitely got a loose car on it right now.
Okay, Bart, when we get to 10, can you give a countdown, sir? As we see Max Boost leading the way. Lights out, so, excuse me. Max Boost, Big Jim, lights out your top 3. It looks like these guys have been able to keep track of Max Boost here early, Gator. So, you picked lights out early, man. It looks like your Big's holding up kind of true here as he's been able to hold it together on the long run.
I've come to be known to making pretty good predictions. Like, I correctly predicted the score of the Super Bowl, so I want to go ahead and give myself a pat on the back for that. I correctly predicted the Final Four in the Cup Series, so I'd like to give myself a pat on the back for that.
Somebody get some air for the big head over here, man.
as he chokes on the coronavirus for
It's such a deserving reward.
Good time.
If only I could predict lottery numbers.
Yeah, oh man, ruined it. But, you know, I've noticed Max is really pulling away from Jim now. It looked like Jim not really digging too much into his time, but he's actually catching him little by little each lap. So I'm just wondering, I might have to ask K-Bar this question. You know, here at this track, I'm not sure if it's different, but if you run the high side, are you conserving your tires more than what you are on the low side here?
Well, they're all actually running the low side, so it's really hard to tell if they're actually they're not really pushing hard as they would be because they know stages doesn't matter. I think they're all just trying to ride it out till the third stage, trying to get a good feel.
Max Boost continues to lead Big Jim here with how many laps on the stage there, Carolina. As we have 3 wide back here. Steve-O slides up into Gar. Ballstick's going to work at 3 wide. Steve-O's harder than Gar. It looks like it's going to cause guards around, 7's around. It's a 1-car spin, so it might not be a car from that. We're going to continue to race here, so it looks like Ballstick gets away.
14 to go.
14 laps to go at the line, so Max Boost continues to lead here. With Big Jim lights out, Swamp. The top 4 championship contenders continue to run in the top 4. As we see an interesting battle back here between Upbeat Irons and Steve-O. They continue to battle here with Steve-O in over the bump to Upbeat Irons. Can you hear Gar's going to look like he's going to try to make a move under Boston. Goes high. Dock Shots makes the move under him, so it's going to move Dock Shots off the spot. As he continues to ride in front of Boston. There's still the top 4 contenders. As it looks like Swamp, Libby guys on speed. It looks like Max Boost, Big Jim, and Lights Out are kind of even on speed. Maybe Swamp struggles a little bit on the short run, but gains in the long run.
Man, I'm not sure if Swamp has the long run speed down yet, but you know, we've been saying this all night long, man. You've got 2 stages basically to feel out what you can do to adjust your car. So right now, Swamp just needs to focus on getting the long run speed fixed right now.
As Steve-O and Upbeat Irons past Dock Shots. Look like Dock Shots got the fence there a little bit down the back straightaway. That is a battle for the 9th, 10th, and 11th positions. Maybe
don't look now, but Jim is, like I said, slowly catching in on Max right here.
Lights out currently as we see our top two, Max Boost and Big Jim riding out front. Lights out is riding Q3 with Swamp Fox riding Q4. Swamp Fox has a good gap here. So guys, if you're riding it out and you're super loose on the exit, man, are you kind of nervous? Are you just letting it ride out because you're not racing for points currently?
Yeah, just yeah, I would just say just be a little conservative on it, man.
All right, Gator, what are you doing here, man? You kind of trying to push the envelope here, see what you need on long run speed, or you kind of riding it out?
I'm just riding at this point. I wouldn't push anything. I wouldn't really push my car. Just conserve, and that way you'll have fresher tires towards the end of the run. You might make it up to the ground.
Right, as we see Max Boost kind of scrape the fence a little bit there as we're along with Big Jim. Big Jim about 6-8 car lengths back. Trying to hang on to that back bumper of Max Boost.
Coming to 9 to go.
9 to go. Can I get one a lap? Thank you. As we head off here, 9 to go. Here in stage number 1 of the North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series finale at Homestead. So now that we have Conroe's in the booth, where is the finale going to be next season, guys?
K-Bart, would you like to take this one?
Sure, I'll announce it. It will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We thought a change would be great going towards that position. Since the real NASCAR actually changed their track, we're actually going to a different way, going to another track. So put two minds together, and we're going Las Vegas.
All right, Las Vegas under the lights. So, Gator, why Las Vegas under the lights? What really do you think that's going to add to the league long term?
Well, if anybody watched the broadcast of Las Vegas earlier in the season, whether it be Xfinity or the Cup broadcast, it was one of the better races all season long. Action-packed throughout, multiple grooves that you could run, and I think throwing that under the lights is just going to make for a great spectacle, great race. It's just going to be full action. I'm excited for it.
All right, Joe. What do you think about Vegas, sir? In the Cup car, being a Cup driver, if you get to the Final Four, what do you think about that cutoff race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
Oh, Swamp got loose off of 2 there, but I'm sorry, didn't mean to go away from that question. He's going to drop down, it looks like maybe 5th or 6th.
6.
No, it's a great track. You know, I'm a little biased too because I wanted Vegas against Killam. You know, shout out to me on that one. So I got to put a little air in my head now. But it's a great track. There's multiple grooves. It's you know, you can either run the high line or the low line. I think it offers a great difference of change from where, as you're seeing now at Homestead, where it's kind of low to mid line a little bit. So I'm excited. I think it's going to offer a different perspective on who can actually win the championship next season.
All right, as we have 5 to go at the line, as we see the top 3 contenders are championship contenders, as Swamp Fox got loose as Joe was answering the question off the corner. That's going to allow him to run 5th, I believe, because it looks like Shadowhawk in front of him. So that's worth noting. So next year, the North America E-Racing League will finish at Las Vegas for both series. Pretty intriguing move, as we'll wait for the full schedule to come out. Check our Twitter page to follow up on that. As we continue to run here with 4 laps to go in the stage.
And Max looks like got his car has a little bit better of a longer run car as Big Jim is slowly starting to fade away now.
Yeah, but Gator, worth noting, I mean, we haven't seen anybody in the same picture as Max Boost early in these races. So for Big Jim to still be about a second and a half behind Max Boost, that's key, correct?
Yes, it's absolutely key. It raises Big Jim's confidence. I think it can help him moving forward as long as he makes the right adjustments.
All right, as we continue to run here, it looks like Max Boost will continue with 3 laps to go at the line. As we get barring down here on stage 1. 100% race tonight, so bear with us. A little bit longer of a race. It's like Swamp has actually lost another spot. Swamp's going to fall back again. So our top 3 currently is Max Boost. Ooh, so okay, we're going to pull up to the sides and get Swamp in position back.
Coming to 2.
2 to go at the line. So Max Boost closing on another stage win. This will be his 26th stage win of the season. As Max Boost continues to cruise here. Big Jim P2, lights out P3. Swamp riding in the 5th position. As that is our championship 4 contenders. 1 to go at the line. So we close down here on stage 1, guys.
Like Swamp's going to end up here in about 5th, which is not bad. He definitely needs to make some adjustments from long now. So it's really fading bad.
It's the final lap of stage 1. Joe, what's thinking your boys got to do to save his race here?
Needs me to hop in the seat. No, it's just no. I mean, if he could figure out the long run speed, just kind of make sure he's not getting loose off that during that late run, I think he'll be okay. He actually was running pretty even with Max and Big Jim there at the start of the stage. So.
As Max Boost is going to come across the line to win stage 1 in North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series Championship race. P2 will be Big Jim. P3 is lights out. And
Shadowhawk in 4th.
And our championship Swamp 5th, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Alright, so your top 4 finishes top 5 as we finish stage 1 here at Homestead, Miami.
I do want to point out, I was watching Swamp's stream, and I see Shadow in front of him, our in-race reporter. Maybe you can ask him something about this, but he was running the top line in 1 and 2 and actually gaining a little bit away from Swamp.
Alright, we'll get to Shadow once we get this restart done. I want to get through this track position battle paddle, see how much laps we have in stage 1. Stage 2. So stage 1 they could make it on tires and fuel, so I'm assuming stage 2 they can as well. Correct, K-Bart?
Yes, they can.
Alright, so stage 2, once we get going green, we'll have a complete lap count for you.
Yeah, I agree with K-Bar. I was intrigued watching Shadow there. Once he got really, really late in the run, he actually started using the high line and dove down a little bit. As we see, Big Jim actually is going to start on in first here.
Yes, Big Jim is actually going to leapfrog Max Boost as we get ready for the restart. Let's see how key this is. So Max Boost is going to try to pull, Big Jim's going to try to pull Max Boost here down the corner. Lights out is going to be P3. Swamp is back to where he started in 6th. Straight off into turn 1. Big Jim's going to be able to clear Max Boost easily. He's going to be able to slide up in.
Oh, I don't know if he can slide up in front.
Nope, it looks like Max Boost is going to draw a beat on the outside. Here's their side-by-side as we head off into turn 3.
Oh, but Jim has that preferred line, man. That's what I'm saying. If you can't get that jump on the start, I just don't know if you can clear for first place.
Lights Out's going to try to challenge to the inside of Max Boost for the 3rd position as we got 3 of the 4 championship cars here battling for the top 3. 41 laps, so 41 laps left in stage 2.
Got 3 wide for 4th place.
Oh, we're going to slide him a little bit and kept it off of him.
Oh, kept it off of him. Lights Out got a little bit loose off the corner there, trying to hold down on the bottom, side by side for the lead. Max Boost going to draw a beat on the outside here, Big Jim.
Drive it in there. Wow.
He does. He drives it in there. They're going to be side by side as they head off of the corner, down the front straightaway. Lights Out. Who does he go with here? Look, these guys, he's battling for a championship. They head off into turn 1.
Oh, he's cut back a little bit. It looks like he didn't want to dive it in there and hit maybe Jim accidentally get him on the apron. Oh, is it still even?
Jim and Max Boost. Wow, putting on a show for the lead here, guys. Side by side. Racing clean as ever. Jim's going to go back down to the bottom. He's
trying to
get that run.
High middle, and he's going to... Oh, wow, I thought he was going to lose the spots, but he actually slid right up there. Max is going to clear him now.
All right, so Max Boost is going to clear Big Jim for the lead. So now we have our top 3 cars, our playoff contenders, as we have Max Boost, Big Jim, and Lights Out. Looks like Swamp's trying to battle for the 4th position to be the 4th championship contender in the top 4.
Got some awesome racing here tonight in the Xfinity Series finale.
Oh, Swamp made a little contact there. Nothing that messed his car up or anything. Just got a little bit ticked loose there on the exit too
as we ride with NARL Lewis as Max Boost continues to lead. Looks like Lights Out's going to look to the inside of Big Jim. He's going to draw a beat down the front straightaway.
Jim's going to use that momentum, go down here.
Jim is going to go to the bottom. It looks like he's going to get a big run on Max Boost. They're side by side for the lead. Max, as Lights Out follows. Who does he choose here? The top or the bottom? Side by side, down the back straightaway. Max Boost is going to draw about a half a car length, 3/4 of a car length. If you're Max Boost here, guys, you cross over to the bottom as you can. Looks like Big Jim gives him a bumper.
A little bit.
Lights out. It's going to drive underneath. Looks like Big Jim. They're trying to be. This is a three-way car for the lead. All three cars are championship contenders. As they head off into one.
Oh, Swamp got apron there a little bit. He's going to slide up the track. I don't know. Oh, that's going to cost him, man.
Yeah, that's not going to kill him, though, Joe, as he's going to be able to gain it back up, running in the 5th position.
A little bit of contact.
Ooh, looks like Boost got into the fence there maybe a little bit, got into Jim. They still head back down into turn number 3.
Oh, man, the run off that Max has on the outside line is just so impressive, but that run that Jim's got working on the inside line is...
If your lights out here, if your lights out here, do you go 3 wide? Do you think about making it 3 wide, trying to get past these guys for the lead, or do you hold back, let these guys use each other up as Jim slides up in the boost?
It's still early. Just let them burn up their tires.
Still too early. Let them burn it out right now. Just see what they do, man.
All right, as Boost is going to be able to clear Jim down the back straightaway. So we have Boost, Jim, lights out in the 3rd position. Looks like Swamp's going to power back underneath Shadowhawk for the 4th position as our top 4 contenders continue to battle for the championship, and Swamp's going to clear him. So our top 4 cars are your championship contenders. Leader Max Boost, 2nd lights out. Excuse me, Big Jim. 3rd lights out. 4th is Swamp Fox. All right, K-Bart, laps to go. How are we looking on tires and fuel? As it looks like both lights out and Swamp get loose down the back straightaway. Shadowhawk's going to power to the outside of Swamp. K-Bart, you're up.
Yeah, 34 to go this time by. Tires and gas are good to go at the end of stage 2.
All right, so these guys are racing it for all it's worth. Joe, do you save it on the beginning of the run to try to make it for the long run and try to get what you can get here?
Man, it's kind of the same story with stage 1, man. I think you're just kind of seeing this is your last chance to figure out what you're going to do on the setup for the last stage. It's all or nothing here, man. If you can't figure out what's wrong with your car on a long run, man, I just don't think you're going to be able to make it on the last stage here.
All right, Gator, we see Big Jim stalking Max Boost here. You think he's got anything for him?
I definitely think he's got something for him, at least on the short run. We kind of noticed in the end of stage 1, his car kind of faded towards the very end. So let's see what kind of adjustments he made to see if he can make it a little bit faster at the end of the long run. But I definitely think he's got something for him.
All right, it's Max Boost, Big Jim, lights out, top 3, nose to tail. As we look back to the 4th position of Shadowhawk, and 5th is Swamp Fox, your 4th championship contender. So these guys are riding pretty tight-knit. Do you think they're taking it conservative? Is that why they're staying together here? Or do you think maybe the draft and a little bit of setup changes have kind of helped out, Joe?
Well, that draft helps you a little bit to where you're not having to use as much throttle going into a corner, so you're saving that tire. And then, whoever's in front of you, they're wearing more of it out to make sure they stay in front of you. So if I'm Jim and I'm lights out right now, just kind of, you're not letting Max run away, but just, let him use his stuff first and then, try to make your move later on in the run.
All right. The more you battle loose off here, Gator, do you trust the guy in front of you, or do you kind of take it easy and maybe back off a little bit? Big Jim's going to look to the inside of Max Boost here. Oh, man, Big Jim trying to power to the inside of Max Boost. They're going to be side by side as they head out of the corner. Jim's going to try to clear him. He might get him here.
I'm going
to tell y'all right now, Shadow's got something working on the mid to high side here. Just kind of keep an eye on him right now.
As Max Boost powers to the outside, his Big Jim, they're side by side as they'll head out of turn number 4, I believe. And as they head down the front straight away, yes, they are at 4.
I know these guys
side by side. Lights here.
Yeah, I know these guys are kind of fighting hard right now, but I also think they're still kind of in that feeling out process, seeing what each other's got.
I think Jim and Max are past the feeling out what we got. I think we're just going to go straight up, figure out who's the best car.
They are, they're definitely being super aggressive here when it's not needed.
As they race hard here, Max Boost drives it in, man. The drive he gets into the corner.
29.
Entry. 29 to go at the line as Boost. Lights out just kind of riding around here, but Jim trying to work that bottom. You think if he can get the outside by chance, Joe, he'd be able to make the pass to the lead?
He might be, man. And what's funny? I'm watching these guys run mid to low line. I'm looking at Swamp now, who's gone straight up to the high side, thinking maybe that's the faster line, watching Shadow catch up to him.
All right, it's Big Jim. Oh, Big Jim drives it down to the inside. He's going to give it back there an entry. Yeah, but he might get something back here as they're going to get off the exit. Jim's going to try to clear Max Boost.
Oh, wow, he actually cleared him.
Higher, he does. Oh, Max Boost checks up a little bit. So give Lights Out the entry. As Lights Out's going to drive, not going to be able to get it. So Big Jim to the lead here at Homestead in the North America E-Racing League finale.
That was a power move.
Gator, what a power move.
That's a statement right there, man. That just shows you, hey, I've got the car to pass you now.
Jim came
we
to
were
play
talking
tonight.
about at the end of stage 1, and Jim had something for Max Boost, who has dominated the Xfinity Series this season. Gator said he did, Joe said he did, and here he is, guys, making a battle for the lead. He's made the battle. He made a power move and made the pass. So we have Jim, Max Boost, Lights Out, Swamp in 5th. So that's the top 6. It looks like it's really.
Lights into the wall.
Big wreck, Lights Out in the
Shadow.
fence. Will that bring a caution? That's going to be
that's got to be one.
That should be a caution, and it is. So we have a caution here. It looks like Lights Out got off into the fence off of 2 guys.
Shadow tried to avoid him, but there was just nowhere to go, man. You're right behind somebody like that. There's just nowhere to go.
As we try to bring in our in-race reporter, Shadow, what happened, buddy?
Yeah, man, that was a fun few laps there. No, it looked like a 2-car come off the bottom, and he just got loose, hit the wall, and then for some reason, at least on my end, he came to a complete stop. Like literally, he was like parked.
Saw the same thing on my screen as well. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you, Shadow, for that insight. As we see one of the Championship 4 contenders involved in a wreck, he's going to have to come back to the field. Guys, Big Jim, Max Boost, Swamp Fox contain your top 3, and it looks like Lights Out is going to be the odd man out as he is back in the. You can give me that number, please, sir. And Big Jim and Max Boost draw even on the start. Looks like Swamp's going to be riding around at P3. So now Swamp takes the place for Lights Out.
As Swamp is trying to give Jim a push here.
So Lights Out and P number 9 as he's going to have to get back up there if he wants to battle for a championship here. And Swamp Fox, Big Jim trying to hold the bottom here. FBGM lined up in the inside with TJ on the outside. So Max Boost is the odd man out as they're 22 laps to go at the line here.
Max Boost has no help on the outside behind him, man.
And Max Boost has no help as he's going to drive it in there, Joe. And he's going to float up a little bit here. So we get Jim. Jim should be able to clear him here. Let's see what Swamp can pull. Swamp will draw even.
No, I think Max is going to look inside.
To the bottom.
Oh, going to look inside here a little bit.
Yep. Oh, and our Lewis into the fences. Max Boost is going to drive it to the inside. Maybe Max learned a little bit from Jim and tried to drive it to the inside here. They're side by side for the lead. Jim's going to float up a little bit, almost get to the fence. Half a car separating Max Boost and Big Jim for the lead.
Now this is interesting because I think Jim's needs to be put in this position to see if he does have this moment later on in the race, can he make the move and make sure he stays in front of Max?
Oh, they make a little bit of contact off of 2 there. Not much. These guys are racing hard here, side by side. What a race, guys, for the championship.
Oh, man.
Boost is going to try to drive it in there. He might be able to clear him.
Oh, Max is going to clear him. I think Jim saw it and said, I'm not going to risk it. Just give it to him.
As we have 20 laps to go here, Jim's going to look back to the inside. Man, these guys are letting it hang out there as Jim's going to drive to the inside of Max Boost. Half a car.
Oh, we got a car.
And our Lewis made contact.
Oh, wow.
Steve-O's been a car around a big wreck. Steve-O's around. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 cars. Lights Out involved again. Is that a caution?
Not a caution.
It is not.
Oh, wow.
So back to the front is Max Boost and Big Jim break away from the pack. Swamp Fox P3. Lights Out with a little bit of damage from that wreck that appeared. It's now Jim. How patient is he with Max Boost?
Oh, man. Just looks like he keeps getting later on, like as soon as the run starts, he has a stronger car. Max gets a little little more wear on the tires, and he gets a little better on it. But kind of that mid-run, I think, is when Jim actually starts getting a little bit of an advantage on him.
Gator insight to the extremely crazy racing we've seen here early.
These guys, they have brought their A game tonight.
You can see
They're
the
making
ride.
power move after power move up here at the front. Just seeing whose car is the best, seeing what each other's got. It's crazy up here in the front.
So checking back in with K-Bart. K-Bart, so we have confirmed that we can go the rest of the stage on fuel and tires, so no pit stop needed, correct?
Yep, no pit stop needed.
All right, so these guys are going to battle it out here. It's Max Boost, Big Jim, Swamp Fox, Shadowhawk, your top four. I'm going to take a commercial break. I'm on Max Boost. Go from there.
All right, as Williams steps away, we still got Max Boost out in front with Big Jim hot on his tails. They've kind of separated themselves from Swamp and Shadow, I'd say, by half a second or so.
Good distance.
Also got Jagboy up here in the top 5 for the first time tonight, so it looks like he have made some adjustments to his car pretty quick.
Yeah, rebounded from that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was involved in, got some maybe damage or just, Jim got loose off two there.
Yeah, Jackboy was involved in an incident there in stage 1, and it got a lot of damage to his car, but he got it repaired, and that thing looks fast now.
15 to go, boys.
Chin in the wall a little bit there, got a little tight. So, Gator, I'm just, I'm going to ask you, I think, just watching Shadow and, we have different perspective than what these guys have. If you're around Shadow, though, and see him run that mid to high line and gain a time, do you think you want to try that there just to see if your car can handle it?
Oh, I'm definitely down to try any line, especially if I see an opponent that's faster than me. I definitely want to, kind of follow in their tire tracks and watch and see what they're doing, just to see if I can find the same amount of time. If my car doesn't like it, I'll just go back to what I was doing and make some adjustments to make it faster.
I'd like to point out here, Swamp's car is actually handling a lot better than the last caution. He's really adjusted very well on his car, and really is not loose off that much right now. And he's holding third pretty well and staying up with Big Jim right now.
The only thing I have to say about that thing is that it's so early in a run, though. This caution's kind of, I'm not going to say hurt them because, it was allow you to make changes, but I just don't think you know for sure how your long run car is now heading into stage 3 if you haven't figured it out. And don't let that, but Jagboy's actually reeling in Swamp for third place. And Jim got loose off again or two.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know
he
what kind of adjustment Jim made, but it was probably needs to go back on that just a little bit.
He might have opened the car up for a short run, but it is not paying off right now.
We have Jagboy and Swamp side by side for third.
If I'm Swamp, just let him go. There's no need to force it. You're not getting anything out of finishing third or fourth in this stage.
Stage points don't matter tonight, so yeah, looks like you just let him go.
But if I'm Swamp, I'm just watching Jag and Shadow right now, and they're catching me on the mid to high line. Why not try it? Just, see if, you can use it in a late run. Just to, maybe it's a little tighter up there. They're actually, able to keep the car straight up there, not hitting the wall.
So Shadow and Swamp are side by side here for fourth. Looks like Shadow's going to have the momentum on the high side coming on at 2. I think he's going to get the job done and get this pass made. Swamp's just going to kind of follow in behind them.
Yeah, no need, heading into the last stage, just no need to even try anything, random or anything. It's just make sure you're up front, make adjustments that you can, and then head into stage 3.
Tend to go with the line in stage 2.
As Max has his car dialed in right now compared to Big Jim currently.
Let's see, as we kind of go back through the field, we have Gar Football running in 6. Lights Out is rebounded and made his way up to 7th. And NR Lewis looks like it's 8th. 9th is I2 Ballstick for you. 10th is Doc Shocks. 11th is Up the Irons 33. And Steve-O with a lot of damage is rounding out the field right now. like you said, Joe, Max is really checked out right now.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, I'm just looking at the car and it just looks like Jim just loosened that car up, maybe thinking that he could get the car dialed in for a short run. Maybe that's what he's testing, but I mean, right now it's definitely the opposite of the long run car he had earlier.
As I rejoin the broadcast here, thank you guys for carrying on. As worth noting, Joe Gator pointed out the fact that Big Jim maybe loosened up his car just a little bit too much here, as it looks like that Jackboy has worked his way to third position.
Jackboy has worked his way to third.
Jackboy, TGR guy, has worked his way into the third position. This boost continues to lead Big Jim second. Ooh,
oh, Jackboy got loose off the two there.
Super loose off the corner. Shadowhawk and Swamp right in tow here as Jackboy's out there gather back up, trying to figure something out as he heads into the next corner with 8 to go at the line, I believe.
Jackboy's going to survive and hang on to third. See if this car gets loose again, or if he can make some kind of line adjustment to counter that.
In their turn one, off of turn number 2.
Still
a little bit loose.
Oh,
a lot better though. He's able to manage it a lot better there. Shadowhawk and Swamp continue to stalk Jaguar for third position. Big Jim kind of holds third and second. 6 to go at the line. Max Boost continues to lose. Max Boost looking for another stage win. Nothing matters here in the finale for the North American E-Racing League's Game Series.
but to anybody that's not familiar with any of the Heat 4 games or anything, just that looseness off of that Jackboy's dealing with right now, the only thing you can really to balance it out is just you gotta wait later to hit the throttle, or you're hitting the throttle being loose and you're just gonna steer the car right, and the wall's right there next to you on the right side, so it's usually not the best option to go with it. So it's a decision that he's probably dealing with right now and just having to deal with going loose off the exit currently.
Gator does. Do you think Shadow running the fence is kind of helping his loose off a little bit?
It depends on how you got your car set up. It can or can't help it. I don't know. It just kind of depends on your setup.
Jaguar gets loose off four there.
Loose.
I guess that's a question we'll have to ask Shadow after the stage break. So as we head down the final laps here of stage number 2, Max Boost continues to lead Jaguar up to third. Big Jim second. So we have
Jim got loose.
Jim with a
bad
big
loose,
moment
and
on the
Jaguar
exit
also
too.
loose, but not as bad.
These guys are struggling big time. Looks like Boost isn't having them problems, guys. So
yeah, this is one of those tracks on Heat 4, along with maybe Texas and maybe New Hampshire, even depending on how you side the car. You're just going to get a little bit loose coming up out of it.
a little bit, Gator. That was a lot of it. That was a lot of it, Gator.
Loose up out of the corners. It's kind of hard to make adjustments for that because it's just almost inevitable that you're going to get loose in the long run. But the best thing you can do is. I was going to say the best thing you can do, I wouldn't even say wedge, but I think tire pressure adjustments would be your best friend here.
It looks like Jim's actually listening, or not listening, but just maybe thinking to himself, you know what, quit trying to transition from low to high, just stay up high, and maybe you won't be as loose. And right now, it looks like it's working for him right now.
He is riding the fence. Good point, Jeff.
I don't think he's going to lose a spot, and that's good. Just make sure you don't ruin your last stage here. Oh, got a little bit in the wall though there.
We also have Shadowhawk closing in on Jaguar for third here. See if he makes a move on the final lap of the stage.
So we come back to 1 to go for stage number 2. Max Boost continues to lead with about a 3 to 4 second lead above the field. So off into turn number 1. So Max Boost, Big Jim, Jaguar, Shadow, Swamp. Update on Lights Out, guys.
Looks like he is
still sitting outside the top 8.
Currently 8th.
8th. All right. So Lights Out with a big hill to climb. Probably a little bit of damage. Just trying to ride through, get through the interstate. So this will be a win. Stay on the lead lap. As they head off of turn number 4. Max Boost is going to win stage number 2 here. Big Jim will come home second. Jackboy third. looks like Shadowhawk 4th and Swamp Fox 5th as we rack and regroup for stage number 4, guys. Or stage number 3, excuse me.
Depending on how many laps are left, I'm...
Swamp's came in at the end of stage 2 on the last lap.
Oh, wow.
Pulling a little bit of strategy. But if it were me, I'm going to set up my car for a long run here, depending on how many laps are left, and then maybe under a green flag pit stop, maybe adjust it for a shorter run.
So Swamp trying to pull a little strategy here to maybe try to find a little gray area in the rule book.
Depending on how many laps are out.
He pits right at the end of stage 2. This might be a smart move here, guys. That's going to give him the lead at least.
I'm just not sure if it's, you know, I get the understanding of it. I just don't know if it's the smartest idea. They're going to pit under the stage, you know, finish or whatever. You're not really gaining much. I mean, you might be leading, but
he had a penalty in pit road. Is that going to make him a lap down?
Don't think so because he's not going to pass the line in time.
His penalty was pitting with less than 2 laps to go on the stage. So that should put Swamp on P1. Swamp should be P1 when we go back green.
Yeah, but
yep.
With that being said, does he have enough fuel to one stop the final stage, or is he going to have a 2 stop because he pitted a couple laps early?
It'll be interesting.
Swamp.
I just don't know.
Max Boost, Jagboy, Big Jim, Shadowhawk, and is that what's out there? As we get back to racing here, it looks like Swamp's going to try to drive it down into 1. He's going to try to clear Max Boost. He can't do it. They're side by side off of turn number 2 down. Ooh, Swamp gets a little loose off the corner there.
Oh,
Max Boost is going to pull him on the outside here.
Oh, Jabboy gonna let him go.
Jagboy thought
give
better
him credit
of
for
it.
that. He gave him got him a little bump though.
Jagboy looks to the inside of Big Jim. The championship drivers got to be careful here, guys. When you're not racing for the championship, Swamp Fox is going to drive it to the inside. He's going to pull Max Boost back.
Oh man, he's going to kill Jim's momentum.
That's going to kill Jim as they're side by side down the back straightaway. Here comes Shadowhawk, NR Lewis, Gar lined up on the outside.
Ooh, a little bit of contact between Swamp and Shadow going into the corner.
Oh, Shadow's in the wall there.
3 wide, Shadow's in the fence. Now Max Booth.
How they have not
Big
wrecked
Jim.
off that.
Don't put it down,
Top
guys,
3
but,
contenders.
Looks like 5th place. We got Lights Out. Made his way back up through the pack.
Huge for Lights Out if that's the case. There's a filter through the
Oh, never mind.
Oh, Jabboy make. Oh, wow.
What a save. That was big contact.
Lights Out's been able to save it after contact with Jagboy. So your top 3 is championship contenders. Here comes Lights Out, power to the inside of Shadowhawk.
Oh man, Swamp had so much momentum going into 3, and Max just killed it by going right where he wanted to go.
Jagboy's fighting a super loose race car here. Even early in this run, it's not good. As he's going to go to the inside of Shadowhawk as Lights Out's trying to work Shadowhawk off the corner. As it looks like Big Jim's going to try to work his FBGM teammate.
No, gonna think smart about it. Just use the draft on him for now.
K-Bart, how many laps do we have in this final stage?
I was going to tell you when halfway was. It's not even there yet.
I don't need to know halfway.
Nope.
You got 103 laps to go right now, little buddy. We're here for the long haul now.
Yep, 103 to go.
Do you think they're going to be able to one stop it, or do they have to make 2?
Go. 1 or 2 stops, K-Bart.
You can make it on 1 stop if you get down to 50. It depends how hard you want to run it, and burn the tire or not. So it's up to them.
Ooh, maybe a little bit of tire saving determines whether a 1 stop or 2 stop.
I was going to say, do you think saving the tires, though, costs you that much time? If I wanted to say, make an extra stop just to have fresher tires, I could make up that time, though.
No.
Oh, no,
I don't
really?
think there's any way you'd be able to make up that much time.
No.
Because if you pit here, that's going to cost you, I don't know what, about a lap, maybe a little bit more. I don't think you can make up that much time.
As Max Boost, Big Jim Swamp Fox in top 3. Is that Lights Out in 4th?
Lights Out is in 4th.
We have some
So
little
your
breaking
top
news here.
4 championship contenders are top 4. Gator, go ahead.
Not one of our championship contenders, but NR Lewis has blown an engine, and he is done for the night.
Oh, terrible. So a low lag out there. As Big Jim's going to look to the inside of Max here.
I just don't know if I'm Jim right now. I don't know why I'm making that move. Just save the tire a little bit because you're steering so hard to the left. I know you're burning that right front a little bit harder.
As Jim's going to get up beside him here about half a car, and his teammate Swamp is going to try to push him through the inside
Swamp
here.
hit the apron a little bit, and that's the problem with Swamp. He can't angle it once he gets that draft. It looks like it tightens up a little bit, and Lights Out is going to pass him there.
This 2-car has got something tonight, boys.
Yes, there comes Lights Out. So Lights Out has joined the party as he is P3. Here comes Jagboy, non-playoff contender. He's going to slide up in front of Swamp Fox. Swamp Fox going to over
Swamp
under
trying
him.
to pull the... Oh, can he? Oh, no, just that run off. Oh, man.
Oh, Swamp's going to get up into him. Let him know.
Oh, squeeze
I'm
him a
racing
little
for
bit
championship, guys. That's how it works. As a top 4 now. Oh, Max
Jim
Boost gets
got
him in the
snapped a
back
little
of
bit.
Jim.
Lights Out had a
That's back.
huge run through the center of that corner, made up a lot of ground.
Here comes Swamp. Swamp looks to the inside of Lights Out. So the top 4, the 4 championship contenders are battling it out here early in stage 1. The Swamp's going to slide up into Jagboy here. It's going to give Lights Out the run back on the outside. Looks like Swamp's going to start a little exit off. Try not to get loose into.
We're side by side for the lead again.
Max Boost is going to drive it in on Jim. Jim's going to get that run on the outside, pull him by half a car.
If I'm Jim right now, run that high side. I know it's not your preferred line, but I think it conserves the tire a little bit more because you're not having to steer as much to keep it off.
As they continue to run side by side. Oh, Max Boost. Wow, Max Boost drives in there. Big Jim's going to go over under. Big Jim's going to try to cross over here. He's going to get underneath of him, switch the lines. They're side by side down the front straightaway. Jim's trying to maybe pull a little side draft off as he gets into the side of the 5 car. They continue to run side by side off into turn 1. Jim's going to pull him just by a skosh. Is Jim able to? He's not. Complete the pull. Jim loose off.
Got 6 cars
Jim
right
got
here
loose off. That's going to clear
him.
Max Boost.
Oh,
Lights
Lights
Out
Out's
is
got
gonna-
a draft.
As Lights Out is going to pull up this side-by-side battle behind Max Boost. As Jim's going to be able to clear Lights Out. So now they put Swamp and Lights Out side-by-side. Down the Jim. Oh, Jagboy.
3 wide.
Jagboy trying to go 3 wide.
What a
Jagboy
move.
sliding up under lights there.
These guys, Jagboy not taking no stuff. He's trying to race for a win.
Jack
Still a
gonna come
champion.
for the dub tonight.
Still a trophy to chases. He's going to drive it in on Lights Out. Lights Out's going to probably be able to clear back under the rail line with Shadowhawk. Swap to the inside of Shadowhawk. Lights Out's going to try to get on Jagboy as he does down the front straightaway. Looks like head off.
I think if Jim or Max or any of the championship contenders think right now, maybe run that mid-low line. You don't have to get right on the white line. I think it's kind of conserving the tires a little bit more. That's why you see Max on the long run starting to pull away. So in my mind, I'm thinking that's what I should do. So just a little thought to think about right now once we get into a long run here.
Oh, Jagboy to the fence there. He's going to be hard. Nobody behind Swamp. He's going to be fine as Swamp Fox pushes Shadowhawk and Lights Out down the front straightaway. If you're Swamp here, do you draft a little bit, try to catch up to the guys in front of you?
Absolutely. Anything that you can think
Swamp
maybe
in the wall.
conservative. Oh, kind of got loose there.
And Swamp is going to fence it, so that's going to leave Lights Out and Swamp Shadow trying to run down the front too. Big Jim trying to hold on to the draft for Max Booth as long as he can, as we have how many laps to go here in the stage?
He did, so we had 93 to go.
93 laps to go. All right. Long way to go here, guys.
But like I said, if I'm Big Jim and whoever's in second place, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't need to pass him right now. It's not time to do it. Just kind of run that midline. You're not having to burn the tire, like the right front at least, as bad as you're running the low line.
kind of got 2 packs of 2 here, as Max and Big Jim have kind of separated themselves from Lights Out and Shadow, but they're trying to run them back down.
And I think Jim is aware, you know, hey, I don't have to, I'm not going to win the race on this lap right here. Just a little conservative, and I think that's what we see Max do, is that he's not driving it as hard now. He's just kind of coasting a little bit, waiting for the long run car to come into effect, and once that comes in, if you burned all your stuff, I'm going to pull away from you.
So do you think Big Jim could actually leapfrog him with pit strategy?
Possibly. It's it's not a strange thing to happen. You know, they I think all 4 of them have practiced long enough between here and ISM. You know, they know any strategy that they're going to try to pull now, and I think, you know, you don't change from that. You stick with the original plan here.
Looks like Lights is kind of reeling them back in, slowly but surely.
You know, Lights Out really, you know, as a a Cup driver resemblance, man, just really compares so easily with LT Crunch in the Cup Series. Not a guy you really see like as much during the beginning of the race, but towards the end he starts creeping in, and then all of a sudden he's right there up front with you.
Super consistent. That is a very, very good comparison.
Oh man, Lights Out's car is just, I mean, it is dialed in right now in the long run.
It is too, because he's made his way back up to the bumper of Big Jim and Max Boost, as he's joined now a 3-car battle for the lead, all 3 championship contenders.
Big Jim running that mid to high line now. Lights Out is oh wow.
Lights Out's going to probably pass Big Jim with no problem. So it looks like Lights Out was kind of holding his hand here, guys. He is now on the back bumper of Max Boost for the lead.
But Big Jim's going to come
gonna
down back in the inside.
Over,
Lights out!
Wow, that, hey, I mean, just the power move, man. I mean, that's as simple as you can make it, man. They just are making these moves look so easy right now.
There's nothing easy about it either.
Big Jim. Oh, Big Jim's fencing a little bit off the corner there, but he's going to be able to maintain speed. Lights Out runs in third, so Lights Out was able to gain the second position just for a scotch as they continue to chase Max Boost. So Max Boost, your leader, Big Jim. Lights Out, your top 3. Swamp riding in the 5th position. Shadowhawk in the 4th position.
Lights a little bit loose.
Jim trying to stay so consistent, guys. He's trying to stay right there on Max Boost's bumper. And it's just right here, we're right before a pit stop. Oh, not right, but on the way to a pit stop is when you really got to keep track of that 5-car.
If it's me right now, I'm hoping the 5-car pits before me. I just think if you're the last person to pit, it eventually helps you out in the towards the end. But I don't know, man. Everybody's on different strategies, so I could be totally wrong right now, man. They've got it all figured out. Especially Lights Out.
Yeah, Big Jim, he gets to that apron early, boy. He gets into that corner. He's down to the apron gator. Is he playing defense kind of on Lights Out?
I mean, he could be. I know we're coming down to the end of it, but there's still a long way to go. I'm going to play defense, but I'm kind of cruising. Especially if I'm Lights Out, I might just sit back there in third and see what these guys are going to do.
As Jim is, Max didn't pull away or anything, but Jim is now starting to close on the rear bumper of his now.
Yeah, I wonder if Jim went back on them adjustments that he made earlier, and it's kind of made the car a little bit better here as he's able to maintain a lot longer with the max boost. Maybe he found something.
Oh, got a little loose there, though.
K-Bart, these guys got to be getting down to their fuel window here pretty soon, correct?
Well, they still got 83 to go of the race. Swamp, he has got about 29 to 31, 32 laps of fuel left. His right side tires are about half gone, so he could probably make it down to the fuel stage, or his fuel limit, to make it down to 1.
They still got a little ways to go then.
Oh man, Swamp is just struggling right now. Just watching him currently. He's hitting the apron. He's just battling such a loose race car right now.
There's Max Boost, Big Jim, and Lights Out continue to pace the field. Guys, I wonder how much, now we've heard Max Boost in many of his interviews this year, how he kind of paces the field, kind of contains his stuff. Think that's going on here? You think he's running as hard as he can?
I kind of want to say it's in between. I think he just knows the importance of leading the race, and he understands that's what everybody wants to do, is be in front of him, because I think if you're in front of him, then you get that confidence built up, and you just start pulling away. I think him just leading and just being right in front of you just says, well, what do I have to do to pass him? And he's got 11 wins for a reason, man. The guy can drive anything right now at any tracks. But Big Jim and Lights Out are right behind him. So,
Gator, what do you think, man?
If I'm Max, I'm kind of just conserving my stuff. Obviously, he wants to stay on point because each position that if he loses, especially since their championship contender behind him is another position, he's going to fall back in points at the end of the night. But he doesn't want to let those championship contenders by. But I think he could probably get back around them if he wanted to. He's just kind of in cruise mode right now.
All right, as we get a laps to go here at the line is Max Boost, Big Jim, Lights Out. Shadowhawk actually starting to close the window a little bit. He's made his way up to the back bumper. So Shadowhawk has a super good long run car, not a championship contender. Part-time in the Cup Series. Drives the number 18 M&M's Toyota Camry.
With 3 wins, by the way.
Well, yeah, he's actually won 3 races this year. Good point, Joe. So as we head down the back straightaway here, K-Bart, laps to go, please.
77 this time.
77 laps. Long way to go here. Let him yawn.
Don't yawn, Ballistic.
Long way to go. 77 laps to go as these guys continue to run nose to tail. As guys, we've kind of spaced out here a little bit. This is probably the first time all night that we've seen the guys kind of just ride. The rest of the field's kind of spaced out from behind them. I don't even see 5th position Swamp in the picture.
Yeah, Swamp is just now getting ready to exit off the 4, so he's a good distance away right now. I think, like I said, he's battling a loose race car.
So what do you do here if you're Lights Out, Big Jim, Max Boost? What's your thoughts here, man? You just trying to maintain, especially if you're the second 2 guys, trying to maintain on the best guys so far in the series this season.
Yeah, just if I'm Big Jim, maintain. Lights Out, maintain. Max, hey, just kind of seeing what those 2 guys behind you are doing. No real pressure. I mean, obviously, you have the car right now dialed in. So
as Lights Out got into the fence, and Shadowhawk was going to drive around him. We'll see here. Maybe Lights Out just let him go. Lights Out isn't going to let him go. Lights Out's going to fall behind him. So it's going to move Shadowhawk up to the 3rd position. A non-championship driver.
But I will add, though, before I'm hoping Gator adds on to this, Jim has not lost the time that he did earlier, so it seems like he's got it figured out a little bit here with Max.
Sorry, I was taking care of something real quick. What are we following up on?
The fact that Big Jim has been able to hold on to Max's bumper as long as he has, in comparison to the last run where he was super loose off and could not hold on to his bumper.
For sure. I know we still got a long ways to go in this run, but as of right now, he's still able to hold it fairly close with Max. But I think it was a little bit longer in the previous run where he started really falling off. So let's keep an eye out here in the next couple laps and see if this gap grows any bigger.
Man, just props to Shadow. I know he's our in-race reporter right now, but he is just making the outside line work. The driver in me right now is just thinking, why don't I try the high line just to see if it conserves my tires better than on the inside?
Let's bring in Shadow. Shadow, you got us, buddy?
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Yep, we
Yes,
got
sir.
you loud and clear. How's that? How's that car handling?
It's getting loose, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even running the top line. This is the longest run we've had, I think, tonight. I may be wrong, but it feels like it. But it's starting to get loose in the top. I think, I'm just kind of going back and forth here, and I just want to quickly mention, I'm not trying. I am racing with these guys. I know they're racing for a championship, but I'm not. Once it comes down to it, or if we're side by side in tight racing, I'm not gonna force the issue on anything. So.
No, you raced a clean race, man. And I was going to ask you, I mean, do you think running that high line conserves the tire more, or it's just kind of, wherever you run, it's going to get loose either way? As Jim gets loose there, oh, wow.
Yeah, as long as you got the right setup for the outside, because, if you do get loose off, the outside, it's, it's going to wear some tire, but, as long as you can keep it steady on the outside, you can definitely save some tire up here.
All right, man. Well, let's get back to it. As you are sandwiched in between two championship contenders and battling hard, man. Good luck and good job so far.
Thanks, man. Having fun.
All right, as we get back to it, Max Boost, Big Jim, Shadowhawk is lights. Ooh,
lights
out.
Got really loose there. Wow.
Lights out, but the key to that thing is he has nobody with miles behind him, so he can do it pretty much whatever he wants to try to experiment here. Is Max Boost, Big Jim, Shadowhawk. And Lights Out is your top four. I believe fifth is Swamp.
Sixth is Swamp now. It looks like he lost the fifth position to Jagboy.
So Jagboy has made his way past up to the fifth position. Swamp sixth. So far your championship contenders are first, second, fourth, and sixth. It's Lights Out, guys. Lights Out, I think, is just kind of stalking these two leaders. Max Boost is kind of playing defense here. Big Jim's just kind of trying to figure something out. So everybody kind of on their own strategy here as we get a laps to go at the line. Please, K-Board.
15 to go.
Oh, the first time Swamp got really loose this spent. Well, I'm sorry.
As K-Bart, our Larry Mack, predicting 15 laps until the pit window opens here. So you kind of pitting early, or are you going to try to stretch this out and make it a one-stop race, guys?
I'm thinking. Everybody told me I was dumb for making extra stops, so I guess one stop, man, is the way to go. But maybe, hey, somebody could mix it up, and make it a two-stop race. Who knows?
Gator, what are you thinking, bro?
Well, I think at this point your bed's made and it's a one-stop race. I think if you were going to go for two, you should have pitted, 20 laps ago. So I think they're committed to the one-stop race.
As the Max Boost is actually, it's Lights Out gets on the side of Shadowhawk. Just a ghost there, not much. As Shadowhawk's going to back off because he's not racing. He's going to battle back on the outside, but it looks like Max Boost is gruesomely just a little bit over Big Jim. Big Jim probably about 5 car lengths back now. Lights Out has definitely lost that from the top two. And Shadowhawk power to the outside of him with 60. How many to go? They're continuing to race down into turn number 1.
Before we get into pit stops, I'm going to step away for just a minute for my commercial break.
66 to go.
66 to go. Thank you, Joe. As we have 65 to go at the line. Max Boost, Big Jim. So remember, 52 to 56 laps on a fuel window. So these guys, once that 52 to 56 opens, you might see these guys pit. It's going to be close, Joe.
I know. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking to myself, the tire wear, though, it's not even really the fuel run you're worried about right now. And that's why I said, make it two-stop.
Right when you said that, Swamp's tire light just came on.
So, K-Bar, what are you thinking here? Is the tire wear that bad where these guys are going to have to make 2 stops, or some of these guys can actually stretch it to a 1-stop race?
If your car's too loose, you're screwed. That's what I'm thinking. So, if your car's dialed in, stable, I think you can make it 1 stop.
All right, as we have 64 laps to go. Probably 63. I don't have a ticker because 704 Games is the best
Shout out
gaming
704.
But yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, go ahead and pit for 4 now. And I mean, hey, maybe somebody messes up. Somebody get a speeding penalty or just messes up on exit. You never know. And
so maybe if your light's out here, maybe come early, try to flip the field, even if you can't make it on 1 stop and they can, maybe.
Possibly. I think they're in the top 4 right now. I think they're so committed that they're going to make it a 1-stop race. They're going to try it. But if I'm Swamp right now, I'm really not, I'm not in a position that I'm going to win. I'm at least, I think maybe roughly 14 or 15 seconds outside of the lead. Maybe just risk it right now. I mean, you really have nothing to lose unless you get a caution here. That's really the only downside if you pit early right now.
All right, so wait for the first car to come down pit road. The top 3 are championship contenders with Max Goose, Big Jim, lights out as Swamp is running in the 6th position. So who is going to make this move to pit road? His lights out is battling super loose off. Big Jim, I'm telling you what, guys, Big Jim definitely managed the gap a lot more this run better than he did last run on Max Boost.
Maybe it's a strategy call. I'm not sure, but it just seems like they were so even that he probably did go back on his adjustment. But I mean, he's obviously lost a good deal of speed as Swamp really got loose off the floor there. But he's not as close as he was earlier, but it's still a manageable distance that he can do later on, man. I think the top 3 guys, Jim, Boost, and Lights Out, have made their bet. They're going to make it a 1-stop race now.
Or trying that attempt to get, as we talk to K-Bart. K-Bart, so even if they do try to stretch it into a 1-stop race, what is the dangers of making it a 1-stop race? Will you run out of fuel at the end? The tires last? Talk to me.
I think they should be good on fuel. It's just the tires. If it does come down to if Max or Jim, or any of the contenders are side by side, who's going to be able to push it harder? Who's willing to push it harder? That's all it's going to come down to.
All right, as we continue, how many laps to go in the race, please, sir?
Yeah, talk something else.
Alright, Max Boost and Big Jim drive down the back straight away. 59. Gator is done with his commercial break. 59 laps to go.
Is off pit road right now. Or it looks like Dog Shots, I'm sorry.
Dog Shots off from the access road, trying to get the hell out of the way. And pit. Dog Shots will bring it to pit road. Jaguar loose off.
58 to go.
58 to go as we get close to that fuel window, guys. I'm going to take my last commercial break before I take y'all to the end of this thing and let Joe and Gator and K-War take it over.
Alright, as Doc Shock comes down pit road, he hasn't really had the race he's been looking for. Kind of cruising somewhere between 9th and 10th most of the night. But in terms of these guys running up front, what would be your plan here, Joe? Do you think you pit before your opponent here, maybe get an upper hand with some fresh tires for a couple laps, or do you think you stay out there for just a little bit longer?
I just think, from personal experience, it cost me a race too. But the longer you can outrun your opponents on the long run, it just pays off so much. And especially with how many laps they have left, if I'm Jim right now, I'm thinking to myself, I'm waiting for Max to make a move. Let him go first, and I'll follow up. But you know, if you have enough time to do the laps and or the fuel and the tires to do it, hey, great. If you don't, then well, you kind of sealed your fate there, man. You gotta go when you gotta go. So the longer you can run, man, the longer you should stay out.
K-Bar, what would you do here? Would you short pit or would you stay out?
I would stay out, especially if I. Oh, it depends who I am. If I'm Max, I'm staying out. I'm making this one stop. You can do it. If I'm Jim, I'm short pinning it. Like what Joe said, advantage it, or it'd be advantage to get the tires, but you would have to also adjust on what your long run would be on this next stop.
Looks like
Swamp
Lights is on
currently.
Pitts Road, Swamp's on Pit Road, and Jagboy's on Pit Road. Shadow just pitted. He's coming out on the access road.
Swamp has to pit because of fuel, FYI.
Oh, Max is in and
Over
Jim's
tires.
in. Jim follows Max
Jim's in. Oh, wow, barely.
He cooked it too. He hope he didn't get caught for speeding there. But
Man.
he came in hot.
He gained some time on Mac. I just, like you're saying, I hope it's not a pit road penalty for that one, man.
Well, we'll find out here soon whether he sits in pit lane for 3 years or about 15 seconds. Swamp's done with his service. Jagboy's heading back out.
Just make sure he exits off the pit road access, man.
See, nope, Jim was able to keep
no
it
penalty.
down to pit road speed.
Oh man,
Wow.
but he must have had a slow stop because he came in quite close with Max.
He
and
did.
Max got a little bit of a gap between the two.
They're all clean on exit. The Lights is up to speed. He's coming down the backstretch right now. It looks like he's going to be down a good 3 seconds on him just by eyeballing.
So
Got
that
Max
you
on
kind of-
point.
Oh.
I think Shadow's kind of rotated here around a second with Big
Looks
Jim
like
in third.
Jim's gonna make a move here. Probably try and pass him here. Couldn't clear him though.
With
I
that
think,
said, K-Bar, how we
Ballstick
looking
blew
on?
a motor.
Ballstick has blown a motor. He's done for the night, huh?
So with that said, K-Bar, how we looking on the way?
You said Ballstick blew a motor?
He's still driving.
Yep,
He's
he
driving.
left her party. Is he driving?
He's still
Okay,
driving.
maybe he just lost this, just disconnected from the party. So,
10-4.
52 to go right now.
Do you think Jim can run Max back down? Max has got probably a second and a half, 2 second lead.
Oh man, I don't
no.
know. That's tough.
Knowing how Max has been this season, it's going to be a hard task.
Back to Williams' question earlier about just keeping the field at pace. When you're that far ahead, you really don't have to push your car. They're got to catch you. So just kind of keep it consistently running, and if they catch you, they catch you. They're going to wear their stuff out quicker than you. So disadvantage for Jim, but who knows? Maybe Max makes a mistake here.
All right, as he tries to navigate lap traffic, guard football on the outside.
Yes, he does try to navigate that traffic. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to clear guard rather easily here. So Max
Guard
boost.
slips the wall.
Max boost with about second and a half lead over Big Jim. So Big Jim's going to need something to happen here. A caution would change everything, but will we see that caution?
Not looking likely.
Drive down the first straightaway here with how many laps to go? So K-Bar.
$50 laps. They're literally getting
They're on 49 right now. 49 to
okay,
go with
49,
Max.
and they have 49 laps of fuel left. So it's
Ooh,
gonna
Jim
be
hard
right
on the
on
wall.
money.
Jim hit the wall hard.
Jim
Man.
overdriving the corner.
I think
So it's
Jim's
gonna-
just thinking to himself, he's got to push to catch him, man, and
Yeah.
it's going to cost him dearly.
He's missed it pretty hard here. I wonder how much damage he got from that. As you see all these cars in front of Jim are lap down. Jim is the second place car on the racetrack. It's Max Boost. 2 cars ahead of him, that black car there.
If you push, normally when you push it, you go slower. So, kind of when you relax and don't even think about it, that's when you make the fast laps. But it's in Jim's head right now that he's just got to go, go, go. And it's hurting him.
Yeah. Right on the edge of the fuel window, as K-Bart noted. K-Bart, you said earlier, tires are a little bit closer to fuel, so can these guys make it on tires?
Yeah. When Swamp pitted, he had to pit for fuel, not tire. He could have probably made another lap or 2 if it was on tires, but he had to pit because of fuel.
Alright,
so this is going to be really close on fuel. Do you think Max and Jim are going to be able to save enough, or maybe Light's back there? He's got nothing to lose at this point. He's kind of
they all pitted at the same time, so I think they should be able to do it. If I was Max right now, I'd just ride and save. He's probably got what?
Probably manager gap. Max.
Yeah.
Especially with that big lead you got there.
Yeah, manage it. So if he needs to fall back a bit, and try getting Big Jim's head and saying, "Oh, I'm catching him. I need to push harder" or something. You know, if I'm Big Jim, he has to push it. This is for the championship. He can't finish second. He can't finish behind Max Boost. So
Max Boost leads. Big Jim is second. Can we get the other 2 running order of?
Lights Out is 4th and Swamp is 5th.
Correct. So the top 5 is filled with our playoff drivers. Well, guys, we're getting down to it. 40-ish, 45-ish laps to go here in the North America Racing the inaugural season of the Xfinity Series. I'll tell you what, these guys have come a long way.
Yeah, I guess now is a good time since we're kind of all spread out. There's a little bit of a lull for me to say thank you to everybody that's helped build this league. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in and supported this league. I truly appreciate it. The best is yet to come. We're building this. Next season's going to be just as good as this one, if not better. And we got a lot of new drivers coming in here shortly. And just keep up with the support. And I really do appreciate it.
To your point, Gator, you say a lot of drivers coming in. What about drivers moving up to the Cup Series?
Rosters aren't really set for next season yet. Drivers' plans, they kind of fluctuate back and forth on which days they can run. And
that's a thing to look for heading into the off-season for silly season news.
Max Boost is off trying to make the Pro League, so good luck to him in that quest. I know he wants it really bad. And we wish him the best of luck with that.
As Max Boost continues to lead here over Big Jim, it looks like he's maybe stretched it out just another quarter second. Coming down the front straightaway with how many laps to go, Sir K-Bart?
42.
42 laps to go in the Xfinity Series regular season. Season. He's been over it. Playoff racing and racing for a championship.
Yeah, these Xfinity boys, though, to your point, Williams, have come a long way. They have had some ups and some downs this season. And
I could show you
those downs are some pretty big downs. So
yeah, I could show you a Gateway or one of those races we had to actually shut the stream off.
But that just shows how much these drivers have grown over the course of this season, how much better they are than when they first started.
Very 2 points. Max Boost continues to lead down the back straightaway. 40 laps to go at the line. 40 to go. Still a long way here. If caution happens, Big Jim is actually looks like he's maybe close up the gap just a skosh. Don't know if Max Boost is kind of. Let's see what Gar does here.
If I was Gar, I'd just let him go.
Yeah, Gar's kind of playing a thorn in the side of Big Jim here, kind of holding up his exit on the corner. Right in front of him. Gar needs to let him go here to let these guys race for a championship. He's not going to do it here. That's going to affect Big Jim's exit off the corner again.
I think Gar, but I think the exit might be a little messed up, but I think it's helping him a little bit get that speed off of entry. Loses a little bit off the exit, but I think that draft is really, really helping him out right here. As you can see, Jim is not really killing the gap that he has, but slowly but surely gaining on max boosting here.
They do have a 3-car draft. He could probably use Gar if he wanted to help close the gap a little bit, but it's a big risk having him in front.
I think he's going to keep using him, though, as he just let him go by and just, went right behind him just to get that draft. Gave him the bump, though, a little bit there. I think he's trying to tell him, hey, if you're going to go, go, but if not, you got to go get out of the way.
As they continue to ride down the front straightaway. Max boost. To your point, guys, it looks like Big Jim is actually maybe closed down that gap just a skosh. Now we're going to be close on fuel, so the end of this run is going to be tall tale sign on who wins this championship. We have max boost. Gar's a lap car in the 7.
I was fixing to say it's not long before I think Jim's going to just give Gar the bumper and get him out of the way.
Well, with Shadow coming up on his ass. First one right.
Oh, Gar is off the wall a little bit there.
With Shadow coming up on his rear end, guys, it's going to be tough. And, Shadow, a fast car himself. Maybe Jim uses that strategy we just talked about to kind of let him push him along. He tries to run down Max Boost. Max Boost half a straightaway lead as they head down the back.
Ooh, Shadow and Gar, a little bit of contact.
K-Bart, let me get a every 5. There.
As Keenan says, going to the general chat to tell Gar to get out of the way.
Shout out,
I
Keenan.
just messaged him, so on PSN, so it pop up on the screen.
Gar got in the wall a little bit there too.
So Shadowhawk. So our top 3 cars, 2 of them are playoff contenders as Max Boost leads the way. Playoff contender. Big Jim, second playoff contender. Shadowhawk, halftime cup regular. Running 3rd. Where is the rest on playoff guys?
So Swamp is in 5th. If I'm not mistaken, Lights Out should still be 4th.
Kind of cruising around here. So we got around Lights Out and
Lights Out is all by himself.
all
I think
by
actually
his
Lights Out is behind Swamp. No, Lights Out is in front of Swamp. And Swamp just crossed the start-finish line. Lights Out is going into turn number 3. So the field is spaced out pretty good here. So your battle is up front for the championship unless caution comes out.
Swamp's going into turn 3 right now, so Lights got a pretty good gap.
Alright, so we go back to the front. So Big Jim racing hard. There's TJR. Max Boost leads. FBGM. Big Jim. So we get down to the nitty gritty here. If you're Jim, guys, what do you do? Just try to hit your marks best you can, try to manage that loose off, hope for a caution?
Yeah, I think you're just in that position right now. I mean, unless a caution comes out, you're kind of just trusting yourself right now.
Jim has got a super fast car on those short runs. He took it to max quite a few times with it. So he's probably praying for a caution.
Continue to ride here as they come down, back down the front straight away.
Everybody's so spread out that I don't foresee coming.
But the longer a run goes, the looser the car does get. So, I mean, it's not entirely out of the possibility, somebody wrecks and, somebody accidentally clips you and causes the caution. So there's a possibility there. But like you said, with it being so spaced out, it just lowers the chance that it's going to happen.
They continue to ride here. We should be coming close to 35 to go, guys.
31.
31. Yep. 31 to go at the line. All right, 31 to go. So 31 laps remain in the Xfinity North America E-Racing League Series championship race. As Max Boost continues to lead Big Jim, looks like about 3.5 seconds. Jim trying to manage that gap best he can, trying to chase down Max Boost. For the record, guys, for a race that Max Boost has dominated anytime this season, this looks like the closest and most competitive race he's had to deal with and it's in the championship race. So shout out to Big Jim for bringing it on this evening and making Max Boost earn it.
Yeah, I mean it's been a whole season full of Max Boost just running away, but you know, like you're saying, man, I mean Jim's right there. I mean a caution or a slip up by Max changes the whole race right there. So you know, I think Big Jim throughout the whole season, although he didn't win as many races as Max, you know, became a better driver. So I mean, you know, there's still plenty of laps for anything to happen right now, man.
Get it. Looks like Shadow kind of fell off the back bump for Big Jim here. Maybe just kind of letting him, you know, Shadow's not even running the top anymore like he was earlier in the race. Maybe let these championship guys go battle it out here.
Yeah, let Big Jim kind of take a breather and not feel any pressure, maybe.
Max Boost continues to lead with 20, probably 8 laps to go at this rest juncture. How are we looking on fuel and tires there, K-Bart?
Well, on Swamp Picture, he is about a lap short.
Oh,
and 49% on his right front.
Alright, and they pitted, so with 28-ish to go, they're going to be close on tires and fuel. So K-Bart, Max Boost, Big Jim both have to save a little bit of tire, a little bit of fuel, maybe, because they all pit on the same lap here.
I do
or does Swamp
believe
bring it to us a lap sooner?
Jim and Max should be good. Yeah, they should be good.
Yep.
It just all depends on their tire now.
So it's going to come down to tire wear between the first two.
I think Max, after I did say Max can, you know, he could back it off if he wants, and you guys saw Big Jim kind of reel him in a little bit. I think Max was you know, taking it easy for a few, and now he's like, all right, I got this, and now he's gone, so...
I just don't see him pulling away as much, even if he was saving the tires. It's just kind of stayed the same distance here a little bit. Jim's not really gaining. Max isn't really, you know, pulling away. Just kind of staying right where they are. So they might be on the same strategy here.
Yeah, it's going to continue to drag on here. 25-ish to go, I think, around 24, one of those two. As Max just continues to lead Big Jim.
Coming to 25 to go right here.
25 laps to go. What a race, guys. Long night. These guys, you know, one of the longest races, I think, you know, commentating this one, I think one of the longer races we had to deal with this season was Iowa for these guys, so it's been a...
Breaking news, we are not doing 100% of Iowa next year.
It was a long one.
Shadowhawk hit the wall hard coming out of 2.
Shadowhawk is an offensive. That's going to affect our championship 2 up front as it sits. But Big Jim and will Max Boost continue to lead unless a caution comes out and changes everything up, guys.
Swamp is coming in.
I thought, hey, like I said, man, if he's not going to win, just might as well just take that chance. If there is a caution, don't pit. You got the fresher tires.
Here's where strategy. You got nothing to lose. Just throw it all. Throw it all to win. See what happens.
He's going to need everyone to pit, though, because he'll be a lap down.
Yeah, but he'll be on fresher tires as well, so he'll be making up a pretty good amount of time here as he comes off the pit road. He will be a lap down as there goes the leaders, assuming past him.
So he's currently 2 laps down.
Yep, 2 laps down.
I think he's going to, being 2 laps down, I think he's probably going to need a miracle.
Alright, so we'll get back to the front with Big Jim and Swamp Fox. Swamp Fox is 2 laps down. We'll go back to the front with Big Jim and Max Boost.
Gap's kind of stayed the same.
Max Boost and the JF Electric TJR Chevrolet Camaro continues to lead. Big Jim and the AG Agricultural Solutions Chevrolet FBGM riding a second. Long night for these guys. Shout out to everybody who's toughed it out on the stream. This is our longest race, one of the longest races of the year. One year I'll talk these guys into doing 100% Coke 600, but that probably won't be next year.
That'll probably never happen. I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, but I am not running 400 laps in Charlotte.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I am.
It could be worse. We could run 400 laps in Texas.
Yeah, I'll skip that race.
But I just want to bring up the point, man. You know, when they were racing side by side with each other, I just think they just wore themselves out trying to run that low line. And with Max being on the high side, I just think it just conserves the tire a little bit more, so that way you're not burning as quick, and just opens that gap up a little bit more. So, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but honestly, I just think that's what helped out Max there, gain that extra gap that he has with Big Jim right now.
We continue to battle on here at Homestead.
Swamp Fox quickly closing in on Jim with those fresh tires, trying to get a lap back. Just shows how valuable those fresh tires are, though.
Great team.
We got 19 laps to go here in the North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series race.
19 laps left in the season before these guys get a few weeks off. Drivers go to Cup, drivers stay in Xfinity, possible Truck Series.
I was getting ready to ask, Gator, what's the word on the old Truck Series? We'll have one next year.
Anybody who's watching who's not in the league, if you're interested, definitely hit me up, Gator Mike 89, or you can hit up the Facebook page, and I can get you hooked up. But we're looking to start a Truck Series for next season. Just need a few more people to do so. We'll be hitting the recruiting trail here soon.
Max Boost heads down into turn number 3.
That distance has grown between him and Jim now.
17, yeah, it's going to come down to a caution, I believe, Joe.
That's looks like Boston did went down pit road as well. Car's getting ready to. Looks like he's exiting pit road access there.
Yep. Gar fresh out of the pits, I believe. That might be Doc Shots.
But I do agree with what Gator said. If you didn't pit earlier, the strategy that I'm going to get 4 tires and beat them out on time, I think it's just too little, too late.
Looks like a lot of these guys are pitting now. That.
So if you're Big Jim, do you? I mean, if you're Jim right now, I mean, you see all these guys pitting. I mean, hey, look, I'm in second right now. I'm losing time. Do I pit?
Guys, I switched over to Lights' stream, and he's still 1 lap short.
If you're Jim and you know you can't make it, you pit right now because you have nothing to lose.
Do you think Jim may be conserving right now? That's why that distance is starting to grow.
So an interesting strategy here. Maybe Jim's trying to save a little bit. Max Boost can't make it.
He could be conserving, but if he knows he can't make it, then he's got nothing to lose by pitting right now.
Shadowhawk is down pit road, so this has opened up a huge change in this race.
Jim has slowed way down.
Oh, wow.
As we're going to ride along with Max Boost here. If somebody wants to hop on Big Jim, let me know.
I'm on Big Jim currently.
I'm on Big Jim right now.
Alright, so as we ride Max Boost, Big Jim, top 2. Close on fuel, we've seen Shadow, the 3rd place car pit. We've seen Lights Out. It's 1 lap short. Another championship contender. Swamp is already pitted. So what is this going to mean as we get laps to go at the line? Okay, Bart.
It's 13 at the line.
13 laps to go at the line. 13 to go.
Oh. But yeah, the sad thing is, even Swamp with fresh tires right now, he's not catching, doesn't look like he's catching Max anymore.
Yeah, they're probably worn off by now. But what does this mean for Big Jim and Max Boost, Gator?
I don't know. I don't even know if Max could make it, but he's definitely got big enough gap right now that he can kind of really conserve. Jim's going awfully slow.
I think Jim finally is realizing I'm just gonna make it all the way. If I finish second, I finish second.
Because Lights is quickly closing here on Jim.
So that means Jim can't make it. Maybe Max can't make it here. We come back to 10 to go, I believe.
If both of them make it to the end and they're separated by 10 seconds, that still doesn't
Lights
show how
just said
close.
he's a half lap short.
Yeah, that still doesn't show how close this race was.
So Max boost. How many laps to go, K-Bart?
Should be coming to 10.
Coming to 10.
So 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. 5 minutes. We'll crown a champion.
Now, if I'm Jim, I don't know that I can afford to let Lights pass me. Just in case Max is short on fuel.
Yeah, Lights isn't really holding back either. He's pushing pretty hard.
He's pushing it. I think he's in that, it's all for nothing now mode. Push it, maybe something happens, but Jim went to the high side. I don't know if he's on fuel strategy. I don't like that.
That's just a longer way around the track.
Just to head down the front straightaway, Lights out, chasing Big Jim. Max Boost nowhere in the picture, so it all comes down if Max Boost can stretch some tires. If he can stretch that fuel to win, as Jack Boys on pit road, the inaugural North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series Championship.
Lights Out's making a move on Jim.
To go.
He's going to make the move. I think Lights Out or Big Jim went straight fuel conservative mode.
We have a new second place driver, Lights Out.
Lights Out has made the move on the bottom past Big Jim. So yeah, Big Jim being as fast as he was online has definitely kind of stretched it out here a little bit.
It doesn't look like Max is in conservative mode. I mean, he's still faster than the three guys that are behind him that have all pitted. So unless he just has a way better setup, I don't think he's really going to conservative mode right now.
Kyle, can I get a countdown?
Yep, I will.
Which brings it back to the point that K-Bart said. It just seemed like he was just giving up that time, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, I'm good now. We can go.
6 to go this time.
6 to go. Lights Out running in second, Big Jim in third. Fourth, I have no idea.
Gar is in fourth. He's a lap down, so only 3 cars are left out, are on the lead lap.
Oh, just 3 championship contenders.
Lights Out got a little loose there. Not too bad, but
5.
5 laps to go here in the North American
remaining.
Racing League Xfinity season.
Head down the back straightaway here with 5 laps remaining in the North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series finale. The Season 1 inaugural season.
Gar
Max
got
Boost, guys.
loose in front of Big Jim there.
That was close.
4 to go, as we have 4 more to go here for Max Boost. We're going to count him down as he tries to become the first champion, actually, in the North American E-Racing League.
Cup doesn't get crowned till tomorrow, so Max would be the first ever champion.
If he heads off into turn number 3, so we look after 3 and 4, as it looks like he's at the 15 behind him. He's going to come off in turn 3 as the 15. 3 laps to go. Swamp Fox, the first car, 1 lap down.
2 laps now.
Oh, Lights is coming down. Lights is coming down pit road.
Lights is going to have to pit here, so it's going to leave it to Max Boost to Big Jim. Lights it out for third.
Max lets him
Swamp
go.
is getting ready to pass next year. There he goes.
Max Boost will come off of turn number 4 and get 2 laps to go here. 2 to go.
I think Max is going to be able to make it here.
He might be.
Big Jim still looks like he's in reserve mode. So I don't think he's all the way clear.
Swamp got loose off of 2 there. Wow.
We head to turn number 3 and through turn number 4, and the final lap of the inaugural season of North American E-Race League Xfinity Series. 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank as Max Boost takes the white flag. This is going to pace himself through 1 and 2. What season, guys, for Max
nice
Boost?
Safe.
No need to push, man.
Well, it's going to be his 12th win of the season, guys.
Man.
What a year.
What
He's
a
going
way
to turn
away.
on wow. Number 4. Max Boost is going to win the North American E-Racing League inaugural Xfinity Series Championship.
He had
Max
the Jets
Boost
turned on tonight.
out of Elk Grove, California. NASCAR Heat E-Pro hopeful.
What a great race. What a great season. Can't wait to get Max in here for interview him, see how he's feeling right now. I know he's hyped up.
That's Max Boost. Or excuse me, Big Jim. Does Big Jim come out in second?
Big Jim does come in second.
Alright, so I think we're going to get Jim in here after we get done talking to our
Blake out
champion.
3rd, Shadow 4th, Gar 5th,
Gar with
Swamp
top
6th,
5.
Swamp 6.
Steve-O, Jagboy, Up to Irons, and Doc. Top 10.
Max Boost in here.
Well, I tell you what, that was a fun race, even though we were spread out. That was a lot of fun.
Yep, good job tonight, Shadow. In-race reporter.
Shadow.
Come
Yeah,
home
man.
with the top 4.
As our invite is out to our champion.
Felt like Dale Jr. out there today, a one-off race in Xfinity.
And here he is, the 2000. Well, I guess that doesn't work. Season 1 North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series champion, Max Boost. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man. What a race, guys. Holy hell, that was long.
I bet it was long, man. Congratulations on being the champion, man. You were the class of the field all year in the Xfinity Series, and I don't think there's no way you can, back that up by being the champion of the series. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much. It means the world.
All right, I got Joe with me, man. Joe, what you got?
Man, hey, congrats on hey, great cap off to a season, man. Just he dominated the whole race. Kind of, give me kind of a sense of what was going through your mind in those last few laps there, man.
I was saving fuel that whole last run. I knew we were going to start burning too much, and running out was going to be an issue. So after that green flag pit stop, I was taking it 90% the whole way. I was saving fuel because I built that gap on Big Jim. So I knew that if I saved fuel and he tried to chase me down, that I'd be at an advantage. And holy hell, it worked. So the last 20 laps, I was shaking. I'm sore. My arms feel like noodles. You have no idea.
Yeah, I bet, man. Hey, well, congrats again, man.
All right, man. Congratulations. So, Gator, what you got, Gator?
Max Boost, congratulations. It was well-deserved, well-earned. You were the class of the field most, if not all, season long. So congratulations on the championship. You and Big Jim, you guys were neck and neck for the first 2.5 stages, just making power move after power move, side by side. You guys brought your A game tonight. One of the best races of the year. How were you able to finally create that gap there at the end to where you had enough room to be able to save and make it to the end?
First off, I mean, shout out to Big Jim. He's been there every race, always a threat to win, and he's such a class act. We were side by side, leaves off these corners, lap after lap. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else out there that could run that clean, that close, lap after lap like that. So I mean, shout out to him for just being a classy driver. He's one of the best, and I was just able to stay consistent on old tires. And once I got that breakaway, the race kind of fell into my hands, and then I had to control it from there, and it all worked out.
I want to say congratulations again. I'll be getting with you soon about a prize package here in the near future.
Oh,
and,
wow.
so you can celebrate your championship in style. So I'll be getting with you that in the near future. So you're not coming away empty-handed with this. So I just want to say congratulations. What a heck of a season you've had. And you'll always be the inaugural NARL Xfinity Series champion. So good job, buddy.
Thank you, man. That means the world. Thank you so much.
And good luck with the Pro League. Hope you make it. We're all rooting for you.
Thank you, guys. I hope so, too.
All right. Also in the booth with us tonight, K-Bar. Kyle, you got anything to that?
Dude, I have one thing to say. TJR.
How did I know that was coming?
Heck yes! TJR!
Got a
Sorry to
championship,
say.
guys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Well, congratulations, Max Boost. What a year, man. 12 wins. Your North America E-Racing League inaugural Xfinity Series championship. Congratulations, brother.
All right, guys. Make sure to stay updated with the Facebook page, your Twitter page. We'll be putting out some information for next season. Scheduled to start sometime first week of March for the Xfinity cars. So just keep an eye out for
I'm
that.
going to get Jim in here, Gator. I'm going to hear Jim's thoughts.
Oh, we're going to get Jim in here. Well, while we wait for Jim, I'll continue with my spiel. So yeah, just keep updated with Facebook, Twitter. We'll be putting out announcements here within the next few weeks when the next Xfinity season will start. But overlooking this past season, Max was the class of the field throughout. Ups and downs, he was able to overcome them all. He's a well-deserved champion.
Big Jim, and here he is. Big Jim. It's time for interview, man. The first loser.
I don't know how to save fuel, and being 2 laps short, I knew this from essentially after Kansas that there was a problem with saving fuel. You just can't do it with the controller. I don't know if Max told you how he saved his fuel, but however he did it, I'm amazed because I was just I bet you guys saw it. I was only going like the legal speed limit down this front straightaway trying to save enough to get to the line. But that being said, I just want to say congratulations to Max. He deserved it. He had 11 wins on the season. Hell of a job to him.
All right, man. We'll play your song in this. Your FPG brother here. So give you a hug and let you know it's all right. Joe, how you doing?
Shit. Well, I'm not going to offer a hug. We're tougher than that. But anywho, hey Jim, congrats, man. You know, you and Max just made that whole race exciting to watch. You know, I know it didn't end up the way you wanted it to, and I wanted it to for you, but, you know, I mean, were you, in those last few laps, were you just thinking to yourself that, you know, maybe he running out of gas, or
I was hoping,
you're just making sure you're okay on your end?
Yeah, that's kind of where it was at, because when we came to pit road for that last stop, it told me that I had 57 laps of fuel when I, well, it was like 54 to go, and I had 56 laps of fuel with a full tank. all of a sudden that just drops to 53 with, well, I guess not 53, but around lap with 30 to go. You would have 30 to go, and then all of a sudden you look and you're, 29 laps left of fuel. So I don't know where it went. I don't know if my gas tank was leaking or something, but it just wasn't there. I mean, I was pulling to max, and I was like, well, I've got enough fuel, so I should just be able to get back to him, get back in that draft, and, at least make it a race to the finish. But E4 had other ideas.
I understand, man. Well, before Williams hands it off to K-Bar, because I know he's got questions for you, just proud of you, man. Great race. I enjoy watching all of y'all.
Oh, well, I appreciate it a ton, and
that was
you the very best. I wish you the very best tomorrow.
That was essentially a hug. All right, K-Bart, anything to add?
Not much. Joe really asked all those questions. I just want to say congrats, man, making top 4. You're short. We all noticed that short run, man. You and Max, that first 2 stages were just neck and neck, back and forth.
It was so much fun.
It was fun from the booth. Stage 3, I got a little tired. I started taking breaks, but you guys are gonna have fun in the booth with 267 laps tomorrow. But another 67 more after tonight. Yeah. So. Again, congrats, man. So close, but hey, it's not your last race ever, so you can always get it to next year. So extra helps. So
yeah, well, I appreciate that, man.
All right, as we bring in Gator, anything to add?
Other than what K-Bar and Joe have already touched on about you guys going neck to neck, toe to toe, lap in, lap out for the first 2 stages. Looked like your car would fade a little bit on the long run, maybe a little too loose or something like that.
Yeah, it hit that ice patch in turn 2.
Is there any way you could have made maybe a few more adjustments to make your car a little bit better on the long run to be able to get a little bit closer to Max to keep up with him there at the end? Or
I'll be completely honest with you, Gator. I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to adjustments. I'm just twiddling my thumbs at the controls, seeing what works, what doesn't. I went down in stage 2, it didn't make any difference. It was still a short run car. I went up on the tire pressure in stage 1. It didn't make a difference. I don't know anything about those, so maybe that's something I'll work on in the off season.
All right, man. All right, Big Jim. Well, hell of a run, man. Congratulations on your second place finish in the point standings, and you gave the man a run for his money tonight for sure. And I think we're all proud of you up here putting on the show.
Yeah. Hell of a season, Jim.
I appreciate that, man. You mind if I give you guys a shout out?
Sure.
Go for it.
I'd just like to thank you guys for putting on such a fantastic league. I didn't know there was a portion to Heat 4, any video game for that matter, that's this competitive and this. I mean, you have moments of where it gets really stressful, but for the most part, it's lighthearted and great fun. So I appreciate you guys putting that on, and I appreciate Swamp getting me into the league in the first place. It's been one hell of a journey.
It's all because the dog got sucked in a jet engine.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I prayed for it and came back to life.
Well, Jim, I think I can speak for all of us. Someone that we got a competitor like you that brings it every week. You know what your schedule and you can show up for the races. And, that's what makes the league. Is all the guys who can show up every week, 8:45, and let it all hang loose. And try to keep their keyword to keep their tempers under control. So, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's been great fun. I can't wait to come back next year.
Alright, man, as that wraps up the North America E-Racing League Xfinity Series Championship race, as Max Boost has been crowned the inaugural champion of the Xfinity Series. Joe, wow, man, what a season. What you got to add, brother?
Man, I just really want to reflect on the Xfinity Series the whole season, man. To go from where we started at Daytona to what we just saw here, it's just, I'm just so excited to see who's in here next season, and just the way they progressed all together. I'm really proud of everybody in there, and just really excited for the future of the league, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, true story. And so we're going to bring in Gator, who is actually the Xfinity Series commissioner. Gator, you proud of your boys or what?
I am super proud of my boys. They've been through a lot this season. They definitely endured the growing pains, and it was a stressful start to say the least. But they kept digging, they kept rallying. They have gotten miles better. I know tonight was a night race, but these guys shined in the sunshine tonight. It was a wonderful race. It got to show everybody who was watching the caliber of drivers we have in the Xfinity Series. And I am so proud of these guys, and I cannot wait for next season to get started already. So proud of my Xfinity boys. They've come a long way. Everybody from Max Booster Champion to Lights Out to Up the Irons, he's won a race. You know, just everybody. They put in a lot of effort. It showed tonight.
I agree with you, Gator. I agree with you there. Co-owner and Cup Series Commissioner, K-Bart. What you guys had on the Xfinity Series this year, Billy?
Basically, the other two guys just covered it. The Xfinity Series, they, like what Joe said at the beginning of the stream, didn't want to watch the Daytona race. It was god-awful. But they progressed better and better every race. Had some up and downs between there, but you're going to have that in the first season of a new league. And you've got different caliber drivers have different styles that just needs to be tweaked, and I can see it tweaked itself. And even just this last month, it's been amazing. So I just want to thank everybody who's also in this league, because if it's not for them, there wouldn't be an Xfinity Series, there wouldn't be a Cup Series, there wouldn't be a league at all. So like again, speaking with Gator and Joe, just want to thank everybody being a part of this opportunity with us, and hopefully it's going to get better and better next season and season after season as we go.
All right, thank you, K-Bart. So that pretty much wraps up our inaugural championship race of the North America E-Racing League, as Max Boost has crowned our Xfinity Series championship. But we're not done. Tomorrow, 8:45. Oh, excuse me. They moved up the green flag. Tune in 8:25 Eastern Time
35.
on the YouTube. 35. 8:35 Eastern Time as Captain Killam. You already heard Lieutenant Crunch, TK270 Kelvin, go for a championship in the Cup Series, the inaugural Cup Series championship, so you know it's going to be special. Avenge is going to have the call. Y'all should be sure to tune in as they report to Homestead and we go to battle out.
His pre-race will be at 8:15.
8:15 for pre-race. All right, so there you go. 8:15 pre-race. Avenge will be on. I'm sure he'll have a crowd in there, as he showed that at the Xfinity Series for Phoenix. Y'all be good. Take care of each other.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Have a good night.
Thank you.